All right. Good morning, everybody. I am Christ. I am disciple, and today I'm going to do a very short stream. It's not going to be very long. This has to do with this month. This month is the beginning of suicide prevention worldwide, globally. September the 1st. I want to wish you guys a blessed day today. I'm going to start off with a piece of scripture and we'll get the ball rolling on what we're going to talk about here today. I do hope that a lot of you guys would try to direct people who you know around you who may be suffering from depression or other forms of mental illness to be able to get help. Okay, it's very critical that these people realize they're not alone in their situation, first of all, and second of all, there are people who can help them. So I want to really focus on that because one of the things that a lot of people do not talk much about is that Zack Snyder's Justice League is actually about mental health, and it's particularly centered around Cyborg. It's about mental health, and it is really about, if you can. In fact, this whole movement, Release the SnyderCut movement, got closely affiliated with Zack Snyder's charity, which is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. And of course, you know that we have raised over $1 million to that foundation to save lives. And it's something that's Zack Snyder's very passionate about. So not only is the movement that brought about this movie, Zack Snyder Justice League, affiliated with suicide prevention and mental health very strongly because of what happened to Adam Snyder, R.I.P. Adam, but also because it is also in the movie. The movie itself is actually focused on mental health. It's also focused on suicide prevention. So we're going to go into that a little bit in the next maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but let me just get to a piece of scripture for you guys right here. I have sitting down, waiting on you guys. Isaiah chapter 60 verse 1 says, "Arise, Jerusalem, let your light shine for all the nations to see, for the glory of the Lord is shining upon you. Darkness as black as night will cover all nations of the earth, but the glory of the Lord will shine over you, and all nations shall come to your light. Mighty kings will come to see your radiance." And light and darkness, we like to talk about the lit areas of our lives, it's pure fire. And then we talk about the dark recessions of our lives, the dark places of our lives. And we want to be able to have people come out of the darkness into the light, to realize that life is an enjoyable thing and it can be beautiful. And Zack Snyder's Justice League, I've been on Twitter and I've been on Facebook promoting Zack Snyder's Justice League in IMAX on November the 17th. And I'll continue my campaign doing that. But one of the reasons that everybody's overlooking that this movie is so important, and I do hope in this month of suicide prevention and mental health awareness, I do hope that Warner Brothers Pictures will announce that Zack Snyder's Justice League is coming to IMAX in theaters come November the 17th to replace Dune Part 2. I do hope they do that. Now, this is just my hope, and I'm pushing on what I hope to see. As a Superman fan, I believe in hope, and I do believe in faith, and I do believe that once you have hope, then the faith is the engine to make it happen. And so, with faith and hope in my hands, I am going forward with this because I can see quite clearly down the road that this can really have an impact on people's lives. I've heard several people speak about how Zack Snyder's Justice League and also BVS have prevented them from committing suicide. I've heard from former military people. I heard from young teenage people and young adults, people like under 21 years of age, speaking about this. In fact, in the Full Circle event, one such individual got up and actually spoke about their personal, how these movies touched them personally. And it's kind of ironic that Autumn Snyder ended up taking her life, one wonderful life. For me, it seems so soon, you know, because Zach really used to praise her a lot, and she really did a lot of writing. And the most we can do in honor of her is we can try to prevent as many lives from being lost in the same manner that her life was lost, you know. And there are a lot of people walking around struggling with depression and depression issues in various forms, right? That's why we talk about mental illness and mental wellness. And so I would like to appeal to the people out there, first and foremost. If you realize that you are in a situation where you cannot control your depression, whether it's manic, chronic, whatever it is, and you find yourself acting out in ways in which you cannot control, then I would strongly suggest to you that you contact various services out there. Suicide prevention services, mental health services. There is the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but there are several other agencies out there that also bring about suicide awareness, as well as there are agencies out there where you can go to a hotline and talk to somebody who can help you with your situation, just to sort it out. Because sometimes it just takes a couple seconds or a couple minutes to realize, okay, you know, because you're deliberating it, right? Life doesn't seem meaningful anymore. So I want you guys to think about that, and be careful what you say to certain people, because some people, you see them acting out and you don't realize they're really that much away. They're that much away from ending it all, you know. So please be careful how you address people, size up the situation with different individuals. Back to Zack Snyder's Justice League. So when you look at the story of Cyborg, it is a story about somebody going through manic depression. He's in tremendous depression, hence the reason he's saying what he's saying, you know, F the world, you know, you call these gifts. He's very, very, very negative about, and he was the person who suffered the most because he lost his mother, and then he no longer has an identity. He was in an identity crisis, and on top of that, he had this vitriol towards his father for not being there, not being present. His father was an absentee father, and he's a minority, and he's disabled. He feels disabled, but in fact, he's empowered. He doesn't realize that. And so there's all these different factors that we're dealing with when we come to Cyborg. But the thing that Cyborg says in this movie, and again, very, very great writing by Chris Terrio, is, I am not broken and I'm not alone. Those words are the anthem of most suicide prevention services. You are not alone. You can get help. And so to hear those punchline words at a critical point in the movie, which is a turning point for the not just saving his life, but saving the world's life, is, you know, in a superhero movie, is phenomenal. Okay, it's phenomenal. Like I said before, Zack Snyder's Justice League, to me, is the greatest superhero movie ever, because this movie's literally saving lives. Like, literally, it's speaking to people who would commit suicide, people who would end their lives, people who are manically depressed. This movie directly speaks to them using the language of suicide prevention agencies and mental health agencies. And so I think this was phenomenal writing by Chris Terrio, and I just wanted to highlight it. And I want to say to Warner Brother Pictures that, and Michael DeLuca and Miss Palm Adley, that this is one. I see you doing all these retro things. You know, you're doing the Dark Knight trilogy. You're bringing it back. You're bringing back Zack Snyder's Justice League trilogy. You value it highly. You brought it back. You're also now doing the Hogwarts thing and the Harry Potter films. You're bringing that back. That's great. I want to say to you, and I love these mature themes. And the reason why I say mature themes is because they actually address relevant issues in this place. You're gonna have to excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody's competing with me, making noise in the background. They're doing landscaping, whatever. So you'll have to forgive me about that. But I just wanted to say that seeing that, if there's any superhero movie you want to put out there, this superhero's message literally saves lives. This superhero movie's message is vital. And in the month of September, I would suggest very strongly that you refer to this movie because it can meet so many people. It's a global movie. It's a movie that can touch so many lives all over the world. So I'm just saying, if you want to put something meaningful out there, and you will say, well, it's 4 hours long. It's a long movie. Well, in real time, it's 4 hours long. But trust me, because it's so gripping, and even if you've seen it before, to see it again, it pulls you in, and it's so nice. It's so inspirational as a movie. Even though all these people are coming from a dark place, like, you know, the scripture just said, Isaiah 60, they come into the light. All these kings come into the light because when there's a beacon of light, fish, animals, whatever, they move towards the light. They don't move towards the darkness unless they have something to hide. And in this case, all of these people, they merged together into the light. They met Superman. You know, they went into the light. At the end of the movie, you saw them. The ship was coming up and the sun was coming up, and they were looking into the light. They came to the light, you know, so inspirational. What Jor-El said to Clark Kent in Man of Steel became fulfilled. They will join you in the sun. And so I just want to say that if you really want to make a difference, if you really want to impact people, if you want to have cinema that impacts people, that makes a difference, please put Zack Snyder's Justice League into IMAX and cinemas come November 17th. 2023. Please do that. And in addition, in this month of suicide prevention, I would suggest if you would take your advertising and advertise Zack Snyder's Justice League, you know, on Blu-ray, DVD, and highlight this aspect that it, you know, our movement was always supportive of suicide prevention agencies, and not only that, but the movie itself supports suicide prevention and mental health. And I just thought I would speak about that to you guys. Now, I am Christ, I am Disciple. I told you this is going to be a short one. You guys have a good one. I got to go on with my day. You guys have a great one. You won't see me on social media for at least 10, 15, maybe 10 hours because I got some things I got to wrap up and things I got to do. I'll catch you guys later. I am Christ, I am Disciple. Peace. And much love to all of you guys out there. All of you guys. Oh, I got a nice movie that is actually produced by one of the companies, is Stampede Ventures. Stampede Ventures is Greg Silverman's company, and the movie's name, let me see if I can get it for you guys to see. Hold on a second. Also, you can donate to me via PayPal. If you want to donate to my channel, you find that I'm organic and I got good entertainment. You like what I'm. Don't forget you can donate to my channel via PayPal, okay? Just saying that. Because I am conducting a business, even though I speak about God and all these things, I am conducting a business. I do make money off of this. And I thank, oh, by the way, I want to thank all my sponsors for donating to my channel as well. I thank you very much. I must say that because you guys do a really great job, and that's why I'm still here talking to you guys about this stuff, because I do make money off of this. Okay, so I just want to share with you guys this movie. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on one second. Because we're getting more and more Christian content movies, and I really like that. So you guys know about Sound of Freedom. Sound of Freedom is actually a Christian-oriented Christian content movie. Here it is. And here's another beautiful movie that you guys should really check out. It's called It's called Ordinary Angels. It's based on a true story. So you guys might want to check that out. It's with Stampede Ventures. It's a really good story, and I think you guys are gonna love it because you guys mobilize to restore the Snyderverse, and we got the Snyder Cut and all those things. So this is going to be a great little journey here. This story here, Ordinary Angels, is coming out October the 13th, as it says below here. Check it out. If you guys like Sound of Freedom, you're gonna like this movie as well. But this one's much more inspirational in the sense that it's not as there's some tragedy in it, but it's not as it's a nice, good family movie, and you're gonna really enjoy it. And there's a series of other indie. These are this is indie linked up with, I believe they link up with Lionsgate in this one, to get the distribution. So you will really enjoy this. And there's some other projects on the pipeline I haven't really talked to you guys about. If you like indie films, if you like smaller budget films that have an impact on your life and quality of life and stuff, there's a whole bunch of them, and I must really start recommending these films for you guys to go see, whether they're Christocentric, whether I think they're just great things about humanity and about helping humanity. I think I need to also start to give coverage to these smaller films, and instead of all of these big tent pools as well out there. So that's it for me. I'll catch you guys later. I love you guys. Thank you so very much for all the support you have given me as well. And you guys have a good one. Blessings.